Hey guys, it's what been messing me up. So I'm back. Good afternoon. It's about 12:46 p.m. Call it midday, almost 1 p.m. Um, I hope everybody's doing great, fine, wherever they're watching from. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is Pro Story Live. On this platform, we talk about just anything, like anything, anything, as far as it borders on social issues, things that are happening, social trends that are happening, around the world. So today I upon, some reactions towards the documentary released by 50 Cent and it's streaming on Netflix. The documentary is just about Diddy, P. Diddy. And I've seen different black Americans, airing their views, airing their thoughts, airing how they feel about the documentary. And some people are like siding Diddy, some people are like not siding Diddy. All right. Some people are siding, some people are not. Some people are saying, why should this be? Some people are like, yes, it's let him be more exposed than he has been already. So I'm here to know your thoughts on this documentary. RD, oh, so that means I was mute all the time. Hi, RD, I can't pronounce his name. How are you? You're welcome to the channel. Please like the live as you tune in. You're always doing business every time. Hope you're not a scammer. Every time you're doing business, you always introduce yourself as a business person from India. What kind of business are you into? Modeling, photo shoot. This is not what you told me the last time. The last time you said you were into like fintech kind of business. Now you're saying you're doing you must be a scammer. And nobody's gonna fall for you on this platform. So you're welcome anyways. You're welcome to the channel. You've already subscribed. Just like this live. Thank you. I'm so cute. Thank you so much. How are you? You're equally cute. Please like the live. Come on. Like the live as it's tuning. Artists, like the live. Give us a like on the live. Guys, you're welcome to the channel. Okay, you're single. And what about your singlehood or your singleness? You're single, so everybody's single in this world. We have so many single people. Why are you telling me you're single? And you're telling me you're into modeling and what? Please, I'm not talking about singleness and whatever today. I'm talking about your reaction. What's your reaction or your thoughts about the documentary released by 50 Cent called The Reckoning? And it's all about Diddy, all the naughty things Diddy did that weren't, brought forward. Can you tell me your thoughts? Have you watched that documentary? It's on Netflix. Has anybody watched that documentary? It's on Netflix. Aldi, have you watched that documentary? It's on Netflix. What are your thoughts? I am doing business. What kind of business are you into? You always say you're doing business. You've already told me this. Can you just stop? 35 age. Okay. So has anybody on this live watched The Reckoning by 50 Cent? And it's a story about Diddy's escapades, the bad things Diddy did to people that attended his freak off parties. Has anybody watched that documentary? And what are your thoughts if you've watched? Just leave in the comment section. Meanwhile, as I yesterday, I've not really seen this documentary yet. I've not watched it, but a different kind of like different reactions have really trailed this documentary. So many people have said so many things. So many people have they're like pro Diddy, some are like pro 50 Cent. Some people, majority, all right, majority are like siding, taking side with 50 Cent because they feel Diddy was a monster or is a monster and needs to be, taken off the streets, needs to be locked up. And unfortunately, he's already in the prison. And I don't know why this is happening now because already this guy is embarrassed. For me, I'm seeing it from this angle that 50 Cent is satisfied with the outcome of his sentence. Like, he committed where say numbers that is supposed to, let's just say if it was just an ordinary person, a common man on the street, it should be going, it shouldn't have even smell, the outside world ever again, ever been, ever since it was taken away. Be, it shouldn't be smelling the outside world how it is ever again in his life. But because Didi has been a very powerful voice and even a force in the entertainment industry, the hip hop thing. So he has the money, he has everything. Being kind of giving, should I say, preferential kind of verdicts or preferential kind of treatments. Because it's not, the outcome is not like what most people, the outcome is of his verdict is not what people had thought it's going to be. They thought he's going to be locked up for life. He's not gonna come back home to his children. He's not gonna come back. And because of that, this guy, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, just came up with this documentary, probably to add additional sentences to the already existed sentence of Diddy. But I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you think about the whole thing. I've heard different reactions, which I'm going to talk about later on. But for now, I want to hear from each and every one of you that are here. Meanwhile, guys, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe if you're just tuning in for the first time. Subscribe and like this live. Subscribe and like this live. And then let's just, talk about the subject matter. I already says, my eyes are so cute. So let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think of the documentary on Two-Face? So somebody been asking how, okay, because most of these, what I heard is that most of the clips, most of the clips, 50, P. Diddy never had, a clue they existed, okay? He never had a clue. Most of these clips that, they released on this documentary existed. And somebody said how the 50 Cent came across, like, had a grip on these clips is as a result of, his own carelessness, Diddy's carelessness, in the sense that, he will hire someone, a videographer, to film him throughout the day, maybe like 24/7. And at the end of the day, instead of him paying and then getting everything that they filmed for that day, he would just make selections of the clips he wants, and then just neglect the other ones. And this guy, he's a celebrity, all right? He's anything about celebrity sells in America. So being a celebrity, this videographer kept, the clips, the other ones that he never selected, kept it, and then over time, he looked for buyers, and it happens that it ended up in his arch enemy's hand, who eventually bought it, and then probably is the highest bidder, and then document everything, make a narrative over everything, and then publish it and sell it to Netflix, and it's now streaming. Everybody's seeing Diddy as the monster of all monsters. Everybody's seeing Diddy as the evil of all evils. Everybody's seeing Diddy as the worst human being on the planet. Whereas, if you want to dig deep, he has accomplices. Whereas if you want to dig deep, you will see that he has people that actually were in the game with him, people that saw things and never said anything, people that even were recruiting for him. They say he was a human trafficker, he was to sex trafficking. He was doing this. I used to tell, I used to tell people that if there is no buyer, sorry, yeah, if there are no buyers, if there are no sellers, there won't be buyers. Definitely, there are other people that worked behind the scene, to help Diddy be who he is today, and those people are the accomplices. Where are they? I've heard situations where a child as young as 15. I saw a kid yesterday. He said he was about 15 years old. Diddy took advantage. Where was your mom? Where was his mother? Where was his father? Why would a 15-year-old be allowed into an adult party? Why would your parents allow you to be in an adult party where they have freak offs, where they have, naked women, where they have, nasty things going on? Why would your parents allow you be there? Don't you think the parents of these children, of the so-called victims, minor victims, of victims that were minor, should be arrested because they allowed that come upon their children? You can't tell me Diddy did this to me, Diddy did. Where was your dad? Where was your mom? Why were you there at that hour in the night, late nights? Why did your parents allow you to be in a party meant for an adult when you were 15, when you were 13? Why? Probably they sold you into it, or probably they were deriving some benefit, because I don't see no reason why they will allow you to be there. They must have derived some benefit. They must have been getting things from Diddy, and then they allow whatever that happens to you happen. So Diddy just operate alone. He had accomplices. He had people that came around and make him who he is today, make him into the monster that he is today. Everybody's saying the monster is this, is that, is that. But for this documentary, guys, my thought is simply that, you know, I understand, the emotions and everything. He did this, he did that, he did. But for how long will we black people continue to, pull each other down? How long will the black race continue pulling each other down? Could it be that 50 Cent wasn't satisfied with the outcome of the sentence because the gravity of the crime committed by Diddy doesn't equate to the sentence he got according to the law? But because he has this celebrity status, he has the money, he has the influence, he's well connected, he didn't get what he deserved. And as such, could it be that 50 Cent is angry? Oh, this guy is supposed to be locked up for life, but he didn't get that. He's being favored. He's been, the judgment is somehow, not good enough. And he's bringing out all this evidence, all this documentary thing, just to nail the guy down and make sure that he doesn't come out of prison anymore. Let me know what you think, guys. Lip gloss 8008 says, hi, Lip Gloss. Lip Gloss, where are you watching from? Let me, please, guys, like the live, like the live, and as well subscribe if you're tuning in. This is Pro Storyline. Lip Gloss says he got away with it. He got away with it. You mean Diddy got away with it? I don't think. Yeah, okay, he got away with because I think everything, the judgment was even in his favor. Okay, so you're watching from the UK, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lip Gloss. He got away with it. I agree with you, he got away with it, but don't you think it's high? They should have just laid the sleeping dog lie. Fine, he got away with it. He used his influence, he used his money, he used his connection to get away with it. But don't you think they should have just 50 cents? All right, 50 cents should have just allowed the sleeping dog lie. Don't you think so? Lip Gloss says didn't get long enough for what he does. I get. Lip Gloss, have you watched the documentary released by 50 Cent on Diddy? Have you watched it? Because the reactions I'm getting, man, it's mad. Like, it's mad. The reaction is mad. They said he set up Biggie to get killed or get shot and killed, and then, ended up making him pay for his funeral. The funeral, I learned it was very massive, like very expensive one. A one in town kind of funeral. Some people are condemning him for making it, doing that kind of a thing to somebody that looked up to him, somebody that he was like a partner and everything, a friend to him. That he was the one that came. Biggie at the day of death was supposed to be in London for an event, but Diddy called off the flight and then sent him to ask him to join him in LA where he got shot and then killed, and then made that everything and start dancing like a madman. So many people have said a lot of things, but my own is just okay. My own is that 50 Cent, I know, with the little knowledge I have of 50 Cent, 50 Cent is somebody that is so unforgiving, somebody that's kind of bitter, somebody that is a little bit childish. Honestly, I'm sorry to use those words, but I think it's a very bitter human being. He has been here to the country where I'm from, Nigeria. He has been to Nigeria and then had an incident with a fellow artist. They ended up, about mouthing each other. They ended up over just a very flimsy thing. Very flimsy thing. Very flimsy thing. They ended up about mouthing each other and all of that. At the end of the day, this one released a dissing song against this one. This one, talk nonsense about this one. And it's something that should have been resolved, man, like men. Lip Gloss says money can't replace a life. I understand, but how about this Lip Gloss? Somebody said, I saw a clip of a young guy. He said at the time, when he was in one of those Diddy's freak off and got victimized. I don't know what they did to him, but he didn't say that. But I guess probably he was raped or slept with, through the anal region. He's a guy, white guy. He said he was 15 at the time and he was victimized. So my question is, you are 15 years old. A 15-year-old is a minor, isn't he? A 15-year-old is a minor. So what happened that your parents would allow you leave your house by 10 p.m. As a 15-year-old? They allow you to leave the house and then go spend the entire night at Diddy's place. Don't you think your parents are to be blamed for what happened to you? Because you can't just put the whole blame on Diddy. Your parents has to be blamed as well. Your parents are equally like an accomplice to the crime committed by Diddy. Because they're supposed to be the ones protecting you, guiding you, leading you on what to do and what not to do, correcting you as parents. And then they expose you to be in freak off's party and they molested you, they made you, they used you anyhow they wanted. And at the end of the day, you're coming out to play victim. I understand, sometimes it's kind of very traumatic, but should we blame Diddy for the whole thing that happened to these people? Should we blame Diddy for the whole thing that happened to the minors, to the people that came out to say they are victims? Because to me, I feel some of them are just victims because maybe the deals didn't go as planned or as agreed upon. All right, as agreed upon. That's why they like coming out. Okay, you said that if I do this one, if I do this, if I do that, you will give me so money. At the end of the day, the guy played them, and they ended up probably getting less of the money, or probably not even getting the money. And as a matter of fact, being victim. Because I'm going to mention a lady, last year Diddy settled. I wouldn't call her a victim. Live Law says my parents wouldn't tell. Exactly. Your parents will not. My as old as I am now, if I go home, my mom, once it's 7 p.m. and I'm still outside, my mom will put a call to me and ask me, "Where are you? Are you not coming back home?" She will call me, "Are you not coming back home? Where are you?" At more than 30 years, and then let alone a child of 15. I've seen a child, a victim of 13. Where were their parents? Why would they allow their kids to be at such a place in the night? Why? Yes, yes, blame the parents, but the man is a savage. He shouldn't. He should have went to prison for many years. I know, many years. But lip gloss, should I shock you? Let me shock you, guys. Please like this live. I'm not seeing only one. Please make sure you like the live. Let me shock you. Most of the hip hop culture, right? Like, let me say the artists in the hip hop world. Most of them are like, they are not saints. It's not just about Diddy. Even the so-called 50 Cent is not. I'm serious. Even the so-called 50 Cent that is painting Diddy black and blue in his documentary. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Lip Gloss. It's not a sense. I'm serious. When they were young, they did drugs, and even in their music, they promote prostitution. They promote that's the culture. They promote violence with their lyrics. They promote prostitution. They promote all sort of things. There's a music that 50 Cent released. I don't know what he heard about me. At some point, it was like, you don't know that I'm a motherfucking a PIMP. Who is a PIMP? He's telling the world that let me read it. I don't know what he heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms. You can't see that I'm a motherfucking PIMP. Who is a pimp? Who is a pimp? A PIMP. That's a pimp. A pimp is somebody that, recruits girls for prostitution. And then it will equally look for clients for them. It will look for clients, people that are in need of pleasures and all of that for these prostitute girls, and then it will have a percentage of them for finding clients for them. So if somebody should come out and say, I'm a motherfucking PIMP, is that person a sense? It is not a sense. He is not a sense. 50 is not a sense. He is a pimp. He said he was a pimp, or he is a pimp. So what's different between him and Diddy? The only difference is that Diddy ended up messing himself, being careless with his lifestyle, exposing it, living wildly, very wild, very careless, having too many friends, too many associates, having access to him. All right, and then even have it documented in films, have all those things films. How did 50 Cent even get to lay hands on all these video clips that they compiled to make this documentary? The story has it that the videographer Diddy hired, like, he used to hire this guy for like a whole day, like, make sure you film me wherever I enter, whatever I do, film me, record me, And this guy did his job. And after doing his job, at some point, at the end of the day, we just maybe put the invoice of everything that he did, the amount, everything, and demanded his pay. Probably the pay will be like on the high side. Did he be like, no, 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 I can't pay you that. It's too much. I can't pay you that. Okay, give me this clip. Give me this one. Make selections on the clips that he wanted, and then leave those ones. I didn't even ask this guy, destroy these clips. Okay, I don't want it, I'll have maybe probably a kind of sign thing, a paperwork on it to sign, and then I don't want to see it released, the ones that nothing like that ever existed. And as a matter of fact, the law protects the guy because he is the one, kind of call it the author of these clips, is the one that is being hired, and you've chosen the one. Even over here, if you snap a picture and then you don't, photographer has the right to use your picture even for calendar. You don't have any question. You can't question him. He has authority over that picture because you didn't pay for it. You did the job, you didn't pay for it, and you can use it. So this guy had to like sell these things to the highest bidder, which happens to be the enemy of PDD, which is 50 cents. And now, every the can of worm is being opened again over this man. I don't know why he's doing that. But the question is, for how long will black people continue to like do each other like this, pull each other down? For how long will black people, black race, both home and abroad, continue to like pulling each other down? For how long? For how long? I'm not supporting what the so-called PDD did to people, all the nonsense things he did, all the nasty things he did, all the, ripping people off their wages and everything. I don't support that, but he's been taken to court. People came to fight against him. Somehow, probably by divine intervention, or probably by call it by his own connection, because this guy is very rich and famous and well connected. Probably by his own kind of connection, the sentence favored him, and he's just been given a sentence of plus or so for a crime that is supposed to be much, probably locked a common man for life. Why didn't you just allow 50 Cent? Why didn't you allow the sleeping dog lie? Why would you even try to like expose or bring up things again? Why? Why? Because no, none of you are like saints. As a child, when I was a kid, I was like maybe 13 or 12 years old. I stumbled upon, it was the era of CD player or CD plates. I stumbled upon something in my living room, the video, this thing. When I stumbled, I saw this, the package of this CD was like, I saw naked women, out of curiosity. I said, let me see what's going on. That teenage kind of curiosity. What is happening there? Let me see. I inserted this thing into the disc player and then played. What my eyes saw is not something a child at my age should have seen. And who produced this shit? Who produced this nonsense that my eyes saw? I saw somebody like Snoop Dogg. It was a pornography. It was a porn movie. They bring these black, and they were dealing with black women. They bring black girls, sleep with them, record pornography thing now, blue. They recorded everything. And Snoop Dogg happens to be a father. I believe he must have been, because this is like early 2000. By then, he must have been a dad. He must have been a husband. And he's doing this to fellow black women, promoting prostitution, promoting pornography in the black community. And everybody's, because on is not open, the kind of home is not open, is a sense. And it is the devil, because he lived carelessly and had everything on clip. If everybody should, even everybody had their own clips, had everything recorded, you see that none of them are sense. I'm serious. You see that none of these guys, none of them in this hip hop you know, entertainment world. As some of them are even almost like Diddy. Some of them are even like Diddy. 50 Cent declared himself a PIMP in his music. I don't know what he heard about me. He declared himself he's into that. He didn't just say that because it's a song. He must have practiced that. So what's the difference between him and Diddy? Are there differences? The question is still, why would black people continue, or why should we continue to pull each other down? Does that really make sense? Because I believe if Diddy was to be a white guy, I'm not siding him, guys. Try to understand what I mean. I'm not siding him. I'm not siding what he did, the atrocities he committed. But I believe if this guy was sentenced and okay, it favored him, everything worked together for good for him in the sentence, why didn't you just allow it go? Why are you bringing out? I understand there is money involved. Netflix definitely is gonna pay you, but why are you bringing this up? What for? What's the gain? What's the gain? Because you had an issue with somebody 10, 20 years ago, you're still so unforgiving that you will bring, something that happened how many years back, and then does that make sense? Does that make sense? Eh? Yes. It doesn't make sense. Guys, let me know what you please like this live. Nobody's liking the live. And let me know your thoughts about the Reckoning, the documentary by 50 Cent, yeah, on Diddy. Let me know your thoughts. My thought is simply a black man shouldn't be destroying a fellow black man, regardless of your differences, regardless of your. And another thing about this documentary, I've not watched it, but from what I'm hearing, it's just like pushing, like in a movie. I can project an image, or a particular person to be like this, and I make you believe as an audience or as a viewer this person is like this in real life. It happens. It happens. For instance, in Nigeria here, in the call it the Nollywood thing, my piece, that's Passion of Sogo, is always projected in movies as a very wicked, maybe wicked mother, wicked mother-in-law, wicked this. And in real life, in some locations, this woman have confessed that it will be going to, it be going to maybe locations, and then kids will see him, they start running. They start thinking that she is in real life who they see in movies, whereas it's just a narrative that have been created about her, and people believe that she's like that, and she's not like that in real life. Whereas she's not like that in real life. So the so-called documentary is just like, call it, they project it in a way that they want you to see this person in a very bad light, a very terrible light, a very call it damning light, so that you don't, a good for nothing person, a very wicked person, somebody that steals from people, somebody that you make use of people and then dump them, somebody that molests children without bringing evidence, and that's the problem. And it's just so gullible of people to like just sit down, and then you don't even have, start thinking, you being logical of the things you see, the things you absorb into your system, the things you view, and then you just consume it like that. For continue pulling down each other, for how long? Tracy James says, yo, the children crowing in the background is music to my ears. They're actually not children, those are chickens. Those are chickens. Those are chickens. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Those are just my. I don't think it's hip hop used to be like aware of life, like a culture, black, in the black community, a culture that gave the black race, or the African American, a voice in the midst of racism, a voice in the midst of call it racial prejudice or prejudices, you know, and it became aware of life. It gave birth to fashion styles. It gave birth to call it poetry. The art of spoken words, which is rapping, MCing, DJing, breakdancing, like another way of life, just a way of, you know, coming out of from your broken, a broken environment, an environment that doesn't really see you as who you are, but you find something that makes you identify yourself. You find something that makes you identify yourself. I think they should have, projected it in a more positive way other than, promoting negativity, like, in their songs. All of them are like in the same circle. It's not just about Diddy. Every other person that attended this party, every other person that attended and saw something and couldn't say something is as guilty as Diddy. If you were there, you saw naked girls, you saw underage girls, and you came out, you never said anything, you just hold your peace for years, only for this guy to be exposed. You came out, oh, yeah, I used to see. You are as guilty as this man. You're not different. And for parents that allow their children to be at such places when they're supposed to be home, you have yourself to blame because you are the one that is responsible for your child and not Didi. So that's it's just so shameful that everybody's like, oh, clapping for 50 cents, as if it's a truly it's a cent. It's not a cent. All of them are like in the same clique. Just that this lived carelessly and open himself up for everybody to see who he is, and others were like living a coded kind of lifestyle. They were living a coded kind of lifestyle, they're so to be respected or something, or maybe to protect their families or something. But this one's just careless about his own and open himself up to throw nonsense parties all over the place. And now he's paying for it. Well over. You guys should just do better. Even back home in Africa, that's how you guys are. I'm a black person, but I think I'm different because I think differently. I don't believe in pulling down a fellow black man down. I don't believe if you're successful, maybe you're more successful than I am. I appreciate it. Like it's what your destiny, or it's what you were destined for. That's God's blessing on you. I will never be jealous of you. I will never be envious of you. Maybe you're doing very well, and I feel I should come and ask how you make it that far, I will come to you. There's no shame in that. Instead of trying to talk people into bringing you down, that's bullshit. That's witchcraft. Let's do better, black people. Let's do better. Let's do better. It's not funny. It's not funny. I believe that if what is it called? Diddy was to be a black guy, or sorry, a white man. The white guys over there would try as much as, even if they, maybe these whatever clips entered their hand, they would have looked for a way to resolve it other than bringing shame, embarrassment to this young man, or probably call him to order, or probably talk to him, or probably, in a way settle it off camera, off the public hearing. It's crazy. As it is right now, I'm in Africa, guys. I'm speaking from Nigeria. As it is right now, most, I'm trying to tell you how wicked black people are. I don't know gave us that kind of mentality because it's very silly. It's just a mentality to destroy ourselves. At the end of the day, you're going to destroy me, I'm going to destroy you. If we keeping on with this kind of mentality of trying to, because you want to make money, you want to, be popular, you want to, maybe your fame, your whatever is diminishes, and then you just think, okay, it's high time, okay, if I do this, I'll start being in everybody's lips. My name will start being mentioned all over the place. And then you start doing one or two just to bring another man down. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. It's witchcraft. Black people should do better in this life. They no swear for una. Una do better for una selves. Do better for yourselves. If you see a fellow black person doing well, instead of jealousy, ask the person, how did you do it? Learn from him. And don't go back, backstabbing, trying to ruin him so that he will come down and then be, on your same level or even beyond or below your level. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not okay. Christmas is around the corner. Most people won't come home in Africa. They won't. Why? Because they'll be scared of extended family members. All right? They'll be scared of extended family members. What if I come? And it's true. Most of them will come and they will never go back the same. So they will come home and then they will never. I don't know what's wrong with black men. Like the mentality, everything black is just extraordinary. Like I think this what is happening to Diddy should serve like a lesson, as a lesson to every person. Last week I discussed on this platform about a child that is like 6 years old. It's secondary call it high school boy that got involved with his own teacher, a teacher of about 33 years old. They got intimate. And you couldn't just do this thing, all right, secretly. You ended up recording yourself on your teacher. And if you see the kind of nonsense this boy was doing to his teacher on bed, it wasn't like a 16-year-old. It was like call it an actor, call it a porn actor. Seriously, it wasn't acting like a child. And you ended up recording yourself. Now this thing ended up in the wrong hands, and they released it to the public, and you've been made a scapegoat out of your nonsense, your stupid lives, and your carelessness. In essence, it's not everything like you people should be. I understand. Oh, everything is like social media, social media. It's not everything that you should be filming. Like, just have a limit. Have some restriction in your personal life. Because if this Diddy had restrictions like every other person, I don't think what is happening to him would have happened. Some of the victims are not victims. They are accomplices. They're only playing victims because, you know, probably the agreements weren't kept by this man. They've been cheated out of their they agreed whatever amount. Probably it's going to be money, definitely, or maybe a deal. It didn't go as planned. It didn't go, their own way, and they're coming out to, play victim. No, he did this to me, did that to me. He did this to me, did that to me. But you agree that he should do it to you. Talking about Cassie Ventura. Some people will say, "Oh, Diddy did this." I saw the clip where Diddy, stomped her, so many times, which I don't support that. You don't hit a woman, you don't beat a woman, you don't. But are you telling me that the people that are laughing and, mocking Diddy don't do worse to women? People that are laughing, even 50 cents, don't he lay sand on a woman? Has in his life, hasn't he lay sand on a woman, or even, use a derogatory words on a woman? Come on now, guys. Nobody's a saint in that circle. None. Just that this one is exposed because it was careless. He was careless. He was careless, and he opened his house. He opened his house to both friends, real friends and enemies. That's why he's been, he's now facing the music. Black people should do better. Do better for yourselves. There are different ways of, you can't make money by bringing another person down. It doesn't make sense. 50 Cent was in my country some years, like more than a decade ago. The man is just very problematic, I must say. He's a very problematic person. He's full of drama, and I don't think at this age he should be like retiring from dramas. It was in Nigeria, and an incident happened in the airplane. He was performing, I don't know where, but it was in Nigeria. In the airplane, there's this local artist called Idris Al-Dukarim. Idris was there, sitting gingerly, like on his seat. What I mean by gingerly, like, on his own, minding his business. That's a slang from Nigeria anyway, guys. Gingerly, minding his business. And I don't know if it's the flight attendant, or probably that was his designated, 50 Cent's designated seat. And 50 Cent just went to this guy and was like, oh man, you gotta stand up. Because you are who? Who are you? And the guy said, for what now? Waiting you be where I no be. Like, you're a guy, I'm a guy. You're a man, I'm a man. Why should I stand up for you? Because you're from America? For what? You sing, I sing. Why should I stand up for you? Please, oh God, just find another seat and sit down. Before you know it, it became a very heated argument between 50 Cent and Idris Abdul Karim, just because of a seat. Because of a seat. Stand up, this is where I'm supposed to sit. In a, call it maybe chartered plane, you have different seats. Why don't you just go there? Oh man, that's supposed to be my seat. Okay, like a man, that's supposed to be my seat. But okay, it's okay, sit down. I'll find another place. That's how men behave. Men don't behave like women. It's only women that fight and, try to ruin each other. Real men don't fight. Don't talk too much. They don't. So that's just a very sad thing to see, that you stay for decades and start gathering information about someone simply because you have an issue with this person, or you don't agree with the lifestyle of this person. At some point, you guys were friends. Why didn't you call him? Oh, Diddy, these things you're doing, oh, it's not gonna be okay, oh, in the next maybe few in years to come. Why didn't you change? You should have done that. See this thing. You know better. Like, you have some people that are dead, like conscience dead. They don't have conscience when they do things. They don't care. It's in your place, all right? It is in your place. If you have conscience, okay, you're the one that knows the implications of this thing that somebody is doing wrong, and then you see somebody doing wrong, why don't you try to correct the person? What you're doing is very wrong, oh. And if you continue like this is going to be the outcome. You're going to end up like this. Talk to, as a friend, that friends do. That is what friends do. You don't try to like gather information. Oh, he farted today, you gather. Or he farted 1 p.m., he farted 2 p.m., you gather information and then build it up. Oh, this guy farts 10 times in a day, just to humiliate the person, just to bring down the person. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So black people the world over should just try as much as possible to do better. Stop dragging each other down. If you see your fellow black man, black woman misbehaving, doing things badly, correct them. Instead of ruining the person, try to make sure that you correct. There's an adage in Africa, all right, guys. There's an adage that goes, You don't destroy your own. As a black person, you're not supposed to destroy a fellow black man. Even if he's wrong, you protect him when he comes back. You try as much as possible to protect him and not expose him more to the enemy. Like, maybe he's messing up outside and he's running back home. Instead of you to tell him welcome and then try to give him that coverage from the outside, whatever backlash or whatever that is coming on him, you just throw him out. Oh, you're a bad guy, go go go. It doesn't make sense. If you mess up outside, the adage is like, if you mess up outside, there should be room for you. If you come back home, they should try to protect you and not discriminate against you, and not say bad things against you, and not try to expose you more so that you be ruined completely. So that's my take. That's my own my reaction to the documentary, even though I don't want to see it because it's bullshit. To me, a fellow black person shouldn't ruin a fellow black person. Not when you're not a saint, not when you're an accomplice, not when you equally have done even things that are even worse than what this person have done, or even close to what this person have done. That's my take. Baba T says hi. Thank you for the love. Thank you guys. So that's my take on the whole. I've seen internet. A guy came. I was 15 years old. He took advantage of me. Where was your parents? Where were your parents at 15? What are you doing at a freak off party? Where were your parents? Probably your parents collected money, or probably they were getting benefits from this man, and that's why they allow you to be there. They sold you out to him. They pocketed the money they got from him, or whatever benefit they got from him. Ekas Unlimited says, nothing to say. Sometimes you have to sit back and watch. Ekas, I will agree with you. Sometimes, like, a great reggae artist, the late Lucky Dube from Africa, I call it South Africa. South Africa, I'm not struggling. I'm not trying to snatch your brother from us. But I'll drink. He said, if you don't have anything good to say about somebody, please shut up. If you have nothing good to say about someone, just please shut the hell up. Seriously. So I agree with you. If you see things and then maybe you don't like it, just keep quiet. Just move away. I really agree with that. Babati, what's up? Good to see you on my live broadcast. Says, what are you drinking? I'm drinking Tom Brown. I don't know if you know Tom Brown. That's what I'm drinking. So guys, instead of, I really want to at first just let's just try to, like, I don't know, stop everything, all the bad things that is going on. Instead of pulling your brother down, try to raise him up. If you can't raise him up, if you see him succeeding, don't try to pull him down. Jacqueline Ben says hi from I think that's Australia, right? Hopefully Diddy gets more charges. Yeah, good to see you. Jacqueline, exactly. I think that's the aim of this documentary. The aim is just to, prolong the stay of Puff Daddy in prison. But on the other hand, are you thinking, I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know what the law says over there in the United States, but I'm of the view definitely the family is gonna sue Netflix, and as well maybe Curtis Jackson. That's 50 cents. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know. And probably sue the guy that sold it to him. That's another thing, guys. Let me say this again. It's not everybody that should be having access to you. This what is happening to PDD is it should be a big lesson. Most of the people that are coming out to say, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that. He did this. I'm not supporting him, guys. Please, just try to understand where I'm going. I'm not supporting him. I'm not supporting Diddy. I'm not saying what he did to people was good. All the things he committed was good, but something like Classic Ventura, I said it earlier. There's this guy I watched yesterday. Cassie that did settle $30 million last year too, out of court settlement because of what one video clip that came out like that, where he was stomping on his head, on her head, on the in the hotel corridor. So where was I? I wanted to say, like, is there everybody that should because even people that are were enjoying themselves with you know some of them enjoy themselves, they party together, some of them are the ones leaking all this information to nail him. All right, they are the ones giving out the information, making testimonies, everything, just because probably at some point it didn't work out. I believe had it been it worked out at some points, like their relationship, nobody would say pim wallahi. None of them would come and say, Diddy was a terrible person. If Diddy had promised you, okay, I'm gonna make you a global artist, I'm gonna do this, just lay with me, they will open their bomb bomb and it will enter 20 times and come out. As far as he kept to the promise, none of them will come and say, yes, Diddy slept with me. Diddy had, man-to-man kind of relationship with me on bed. None will say it, I assure you that. But because probably he took advantage of them for something they, he's outsmarted, I will use the word outsmarted them by making them do things they've never done before, or things that they equally enjoyed. I would say they enjoyed because they did enjoy. Some of them enjoyed. And at the end of the day, the guy didn't keep to the promise. Didn't do as, they had, agreed on. That's why they're coming out, oh, I'm a victim. I saw some grown-up men crying. Why did you go there? Okay, you went there for the first time, you were used. Why didn't you run away? Must you stay? Must you be famous? Must you make money? Must you be a singer? Must you be a friend to Diddy? Must you be highly connected? Jacqueline says, good on 50 cents for doing this. Really? Jacqueline, are you saying it's good? Well, that's your thoughts, and I respect that. That's your opinion. I respect that. But don't you think 50 cents is not a cent as well? Don't you think it's equally? I said earlier that Diddy, got exposed because he was careless. Diddy got exposed because he was careless with his lifestyle. He allowed too many people to have access to him. He allowed too many people, both friends and arch enemies, to have access to him. I don't know if you listened to me earlier, you just tuned in. There's a song to 50 Cent wrote. He said, I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perm. You can't see that I'm a motherfucking PIMP. He is a motherfucking PIMP. What's a PIMP? A pimp. A pimp is somebody that encourages prostitution. A pimp is somebody that sells girls to men and get percentages of them for giving them clients. So 50 Cent is no cent. Just that he has been a little bit careful. He had no friends, too many friends. Yeah, Kenneth Chrono says, I don't know what you heard about me. Yes. Sorry for the noise, guys. Sorry for the noise at the background. Yes. Yeah, he said in that song that he is a motherfucking pimp. Pimp is a pimp. A pimp is somebody that encourages prostitution. A pimp is somebody that organizes prostitute for men for pleasure. He used his mouth. He sang it. He didn't just say this because he wanted to say it. It's something that he is into. And the only thing that makes him better than Diddy is that nobody has his own videos, nobody has his own record, nobody can come out and say, oh, has that record. That's where he is smart. That's where he is. I will call him a smart guy, smarter than Diddy. Diddy was just foolish, allowing everybody come around him. That's the only thing I see. But they are no different. Most of them, I told people here earlier, I stumbled upon a video of I don't know if he's a producer, but I saw him in that video. I was just a young girl. I felt so abused of it because it's something I wasn't supposed to see at my age. I was about 12 and 13 in my junior high school. I'm all the way in Nigeria, guys. I'm not in America. I've been all my life here in Nigeria. But then promoting that kind of rubbish, and who promoted, who did I see? I saw Snoop Dogg on that video. What were they doing in the video? They were sleeping with black girls. They were all sleeping with black girls, like shooting a pornography with black women, young girls. So it's something of how they call it, how they call it. There's this, is it hanging a dog to call a bad name, something like that, calling a bad name just to hang. All of them are in the same clique. None of them is a sense. The only thing is that this one exposed himself way too much, and that's why he's getting what he's getting. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm getting only 2 likes, and I have about sometimes I have up to 20. Please like and subscribe. You understand? The hip hop culture really have, I think, I would say, have done more damage than good. More damage than good, especially when it comes to all this beefing. And these are people, some young people, not me. I don't idolize any celebrity. Some people, idolize, they look up to them. I want to be like 50 Cent, I want to be like Diddy, I want to have money, I want to, these are the people you people idolize. And these are the people that are living terrible, showing people terrible kind of lifestyles. Hona Lily says hip hop is dead. Please subscribe to the channel. Hona Lily. You understand? These are people that are supposed to, but you turn it. They even, they've turned it into something that, if you do anyhow, like you try to like outshine the other, they will set you up and you get shot and killed, and somebody will be dancing on your funeral. Do you understand? And somebody will be, dancing at your funeral. That like you're gone, you can't be on the scene again, people are not gonna know you again, you're gonna be a memory. And this is the kind of things black people promote. These are the kind of lifestyle people want to live. It has gotten so bad that there's this version of raps they call drill rapping, and all you do is dissing each other, tell each other you're gonna shot your mama, shot your papa, shot them, shot motherfucker. What the fuck? Like, somebody said, you motherfucker. I said, whose mother am I gonna fuck? Like, what are you saying? What's motherfucker? Like, very foul language. Like, that shouldn't be a representation of black people. The hip hop thing should have, it was a nice idea in the 70s. It gave a voice to the black people in an environment they found themselves, environment that didn't favor them, environment that suppressed them. Hip hop culture gave them a voice, gave them an identity, which they're supposed to have used it in a positive light, not in a negative. Why is everything about black always bad? Why is everything about blacks always, negative? Why can't we live by example? Why can't we, if we see another black man going wayward, why can't we correct that, wayward black guy, instead of condemning? I've read a lot of comments. People are laughing at Diddy. Come on now, guys. And this is a fellow black guy. And this is somebody that through the dirty money he has made, series of contributions to the black community by donations, by charity services. I'm not defending him. All I'm saying, somebody should have. Yeah,
You want to?
I don't have. I want to make another one when I make.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you understand? Somebody must have should have. But hi, how are you? So we should have corrected this guy. Some of us are, especially when you're being brought up without a dad, or I don't know his background, but somehow you saw your friend going wayward, call him aside. This thing you're doing is not okay. Oh. They fit catch you. Oh. They can do this to you. See the implications. So you have to slow down, guys. Slow down. It's crazy. And the lyrics these guys promote is not even something to write home about. You can't sell a music video. It has even affected African music scene, guys. American lifestyle, nonsense lifestyle have affected African music too. No video can be shot now without seeing a naked, call it a naked butt lady. They can't shoot a music video without, making women to shake their butts. And that's still part of the negative influence of hip hop culture that have sprayed to the motherland. These are the things these are the people you look up to. We really need to change, like, mentality wise, we have to change. The hatred, the unforgiving spirit, the the beef thing is not necessary. It makes you, it drags you backward. Like, it drags you backward. You may think, okay, I'm doing the right thing by, telling the world how terrible this guy is. It says a lot about you because you're no sense. It tells a lot about you that you're somebody. I see people, clapping for 50 Cent. They're like, oh, 50 Cent is not. If you ever want to have trouble, never have a trouble with somebody like 50 Cent, because he's gonna drag you. He's such an unforgiving person. And is that a thing to celebrate about him? Is it a thing to celebrate about him? Is it a thing to celebrate about 50 Cent that it doesn't, it gives beef for beef? Is that something you should look up to as an idol? Is that something you should look up to as I want to be like him? People are just, I don't know. Everybody's seen this documentary. If you can't really sit down and then ask yourself questions, but just consume everything you see without asking questions, because most of those things are just like, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, this is the person, this guy is. Have you asked some questions? People came out, he did this to me. Have you asked some questions? He did this to children. Have you asked them, where were their parents? Who drove them to Diddy's house? Who picked them up from Diddy's house? I learned 50 Cent and Diddy, I think, they are part of their beef is as a result of 50 Cent's baby mama. Call it P. Diddy snatching 50 Cent's baby mama. Even when, I think when the kid happens, P. Diddy rented a house for this lady, and the lady was with 50 Cent's baby. That kind of a thing. It's just like a slap on his face. You can't take care of your woman. Let me take care of your woman for you and your kid. You know what that means? It's like a slap on a man's face. So it's part of the beef. It's part of the beef. The same 50 Cent have had issues with Ja Rule, which I didn't even know the background of whatever that. Like, why should it be only you all over the place? It came to Nigeria, the same thing with Idris Abdul Karim. All over the place, you're messing around. Are you a saint? You're not a saint. Especially if you're not a saint, just keep the hell up. Shut your mouth up. You're making money out of somebody that's already in prison. Okay, fine. If it's business, I understand, but must you continue like that? Must you keep going on, bringing out your brother? No, you shouldn't. It's not a nice thing to do, guys. Don't do it. And for you people that, everything, you have to have it on record. It's a big lesson to you all out there. Everything you want to have it on record. Filming. You want to go to toilet, you film yourself. Your pictures, your video clips can land in a very terrible hands, in the hand of blackmailers. They will use it against you, and you have yourself to blame. Lesson learned. Everybody should have access to you. That's the lesson I learned. Everybody shouldn't have access to you. Limit your friends. Limit, even if it's relative, not everybody should have access to you. Limit your cycle. And I think that's why some of them are not exposed, like Diddy. Some of them are not exposed like Diddy because they limited. Luna Lily says hip hop let the outside in, and that's when it went to garbage. I agree with you about 50. 50 tried to kill his son, and his son's mother had worse. There are no sense, like I said. There are no sense. There are no sense. What is it called? Diddy beat up Cassie Ventura. That was because it was on clip. Every other, I've watched Ray J. Ray J. I saw him even about mouthing P Diddy. Ray J. Monica's, Brandy's brother. I think on Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving last month, he went to his baby mama's house, the ex-wife, and they got into it. He pulled out a gun on the lady. He pulled a gun on that lady. And God forbid that he mistakenly, because sometimes it's not even like an intentional kind of thing. God forbid that he mistakenly and then pull a trigger on her. Wouldn't it be another story? It would have been another story. And it's the same person that is telling, because P song came online, everybody's showing it on TV. CNN is carrying it. It's a terrible, horrible, my woman beats up. Whereas behind the scene, they do worse more to women. Behind the scene, they do worse more to women. So everybody should just shut the hell up. Shut up. If you don't have anything good to say about someone, just keep the hell. Just shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Sip it. Sip it up. Sip it up. If everybody's cassette or video were to be played, all of them, 50 Cent. I've seen a couple of, there's this guy, what's his name, Marlon, Wayan or something, was calling out, 50 Cent. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it keeps saying, I wish I agree with him. It's a narrative that is being pushed. And it's up to you viewers to dissect it, consume it, dissect it, analyze it. Why is this one happening? It's only fools that just, you just see and then you swallow everything you see, you believe it. That's what foolish people do. So when you see things, all right, when you see things, be it in a video, be it whatever, just try to ask yourself questions. That's what reasonable people should do. You ask yourself questions when you see things. Don't hear one-sided. Hear from both sides before you draw conclusions. when you see things, try to like ask yourself questions. That's how intelligent people, behave. Ask yourself questions, try to find answers to them. Try to find answers to those questions. And that makes you different. That will make you stand out from the general public, from the, the call it, I don't know the word to use, like from the trend, from the make believe trend of people. You stand out. You behave like to make you more intelligent than others. So guys, I don't really have so much to. If you have anything to say, like your thoughts on the said documentary, you can just drop in the comment section, and then I'll read it and probably talk on it. I'm just done talking. That's just what that's my own reaction. That's my own reaction to, the documentary. I've seen a whole lot of black people in America talking this, talking that, too much da, which is not okay. If at all this guy was able to like, uh, the judgment, because of his connection and everything, favored him in a way. I still believe 50 Cent should have probably maybe released another song instead if he's looking for money. If he's trying to make money, he should have released another song. We still dance. People are in Africa, we still dancing to 50 Cent song. We will still patronize him and he will still get richer instead of, publishing nonsense documentary just to ruin another black man, already he has been painted red, like he's adding blue now to. Thank you, darling. Thank you. It's now painting this man blue. But who knows? If Destiny says Diddy's gonna come home, nobody can stop that. I don't know if you guys believe in Destiny, but I believe in Destiny. If Destiny says Diddy's gonna come home, regardless of whatever they've released about him, they call it docu-series. So that means some other ones are still coming. This is just the part one, probably part three, part four is still coming. So if Destiny has it that he's gonna come home, be with his family. One thing I noticed about this Diddy, how aside his wildness and everything, how bad people and how terrible people have claimed that he is. One thing I noticed about Diddy, Puff Daddy, is that he's a good father. And a good father, you can only is 50 Cent a good dad? No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. But Puff Daddy is a good father. You can see, like, he has, I think, Chance. He has, like, love, like 3 baby mamas or even more. But you see how united the family is. Like, they love each other. The kids are like this. They're like this, like a broom. They like this. They stick together. Can that be said about 50 Cent? Can that be said about 50 Cent? I think he has denied his son. Something like that, because the boy was so entitled to him. Can it that be said? Like, you having beef even with your own blood, the child you brought into this world, you are still having beef with him. Anywhere you go, you're just a king of beef. Even with a prisoner, you're having beef with a prisoner. Something that happened many years, you're looking for ways to, come on now. That's childish. I don't know. It's childish, guys. Black people or the world over, you guys should do better. Please, do better. And if you keep behaving like this, they say, yeah, that makes him a black man. That makes him a black woman. If you don't behave wild, or if you behave wild, the other, they will say, yes, that's what we're talking about. That's them. That's how they behave. They clap on for you guys. Because that's how you've been tuned, because you want to be a robot, you've been tuned to behave. wild, rude, violent, ruin each other down. They be clapping, yeah. That's them. That's what I'm talking about. That's their character. That's their attributes. Ruin each other down. That's all I have to say, guys. What I'm saying is not something. The kind of reactions I'm getting from people is not something. I know it's a monster, but a monster is still someone. A monster. You'd be so surprised that most of the very terrible, criminals who, make heaven become somebody that are very good. Like the Bible says, heaven rejoices when a sinner repents. What if he's a changed man? Why don't you just allow this man to learn his lessons? He's already been. Why would you bring out this? And why would people still be laughing? And black people, for that matter, be laughing. All the people that are saying this and that about Diddy are people that benefited at some point, enjoyed themselves with Diddy, did the freak off together, crude, I don't know. Y'all just need help. Like, you need to change. That's not a lifestyle, blacks. You need to change, especially African American. The nonsense is too much. Last year, there was this Julio Fulio versus, what's that his name? Is it the Young Ace or whatever? It drilled rapping. I've never heard of that kind of. It just be about matting each other. Can't you? In Africa, guys, especially my American fans, in Africa, we can be having a very like heated argument like this, very heated, like as if we're going to punch each other. But you'll be so surprised that in the next 5 minutes, we'll be shaking hands. We don't pull out guns to shoot because somebody got you annoyed. You don't, because somebody got irritated at some, just 5 minutes, you pull out, boom, boom. Or somebody called your mother a bitch, or somebody said, I'm going to beat you up. You start doing drive-by. That's rubbish. That's how they want to see you guys, and you need to change. That's how they want to see you guys. That's why American prison is full of black men. Black men that are supposed to be making changes in the society. Black men that are supposed to be, being great fathers to their children are being locked up because they can't control them themselves. They've been so tuned to behave violently, so behave, they don't can't see beyond where they're supposed to see, beyond their level. That's why prisons are full of blacks. If you find yourself in a place that that makes you or stereotype you to be violent, or makes you feel your ancestors were slaves that were taken from Africa to that place, I understand the violence. I always try to understand, like, you're trying to, maybe you want to be here, somebody say you shouldn't be there. It's something that will annoy you. It's something that can trigger someone. Why don't you make good use? Try to prove to that person that you can be better. You can, like, you can. I don't know the word to use, but you can be better, and still, you can behave differently and make it to the place the person say you'll never be. Why can't you do better for yourselves, blacks? Why can't you love each other? Why can't you support each other? Why must you be shooting, bringing out guns, shooting each other? Why must you be, like now, another thing that is very common, I'm just going to bring it up. It's just, one thing leading to the other. Some of y'all, especially men, black men, they see this thing, sleeping around, depositing your seeds into different women as a flex. You see a guy of 24 will have like 4 or 7 babies, probably with one little job that can't even cater for those kids. and these 7 babies maybe from 5 baby mamas, and you think it's something that is, if you all need to change, please. Everybody, you need to really like advise yourself. Advise, be a good example wherever you find yourself as a black person. Be a good example. Be a good example. Stop sleeping around. Stop it. That's what they want you to do. That's the kind of like that's how they want you to be. Don't be like what they want you to be. Make some changes, adjust. I saw a rapper from where is he from? This guy, I've forgotten his name and I've forgotten the state. Is he from America? He has 32 kids, and it's about, he should be in his early or mid 30s. He has 30 something children, 32 kids, and 2 other baby mamas were pregnant at the time. I don't know if they've delivered. So depending on how many children each baby mama is gonna bring forth, hey God, how do you do, like, what kind of lifestyle is that? Okay, what kind of lifestyle is that? Is that a flex? Is that something like, come on now? What kind of lifestyle is that? The greatest, okay, the greatest dishonor a man will do himself is to deposit, like sleep around. That means you don't even have value for yourself. Okay, you don't have value. You don't respect yourself. You don't honor yourself. You don't honor yourself. You don't respect yourself. You don't value yourself, let alone your health. You don't value yourself, let alone your own health, because for you to live carelessly like that, sleep unprotected like that with different kind of ladies, not thinking, not putting in consideration if they have HIV, if they have STDs, if they, like, you people even brag. I know of this lady, Sexy Red. He brought a brand of makeup, whatever, and was naming them gonorrhea, syphilis, and she's a black girl. My God, and it's somebody people idolize. It's a celebrity. What? God, black people, please do better. I'm serious. Like, do better. Let's do better. Back home, wherever you find yourself as a black man, wherever you find yourself as a black woman, don't be what they want you to be. Don't be what you've been stereotyped to be. Don't be violent. Don't be, except you can only be violent when you know your right is being infringed upon. But there's how you can still go about it. Put this, there's still how you can go about it. Don't be violent, because that's the definition. That's why police are scared of you. You're scared of police. Can we change the narrative about us? Let's do better. But on the case of 50 Cent and Diddy, I think 50 Cent is not better than Diddy. The only difference is that Diddy opened himself up to everybody to be seen by recording himself, all over the place, while this one kept a few friends, limited access to him, and people don't really know about him, but it's no sense. It's no sense. And the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. So I would just tell whoever that is mocking and laughing, in that clique, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. Your own turn might definitely come. This thing might just be a setup, like try to expose and bring this man down. You don't know if you're gonna be next. What would they say about you? Why don't you just, I don't know. Let's do better, guys. Let's stop bringing each other down. Let's stop saying bad things about each other. Let's stop with no sense. Yeah, good afternoon, baby. With sense. Nobody's a sense. Let's do better. Let's do better. He that has no sin should cast a stone first. If you don't have a sin, if you're a saint, you can throw all the stones, all the on a fellow black man, on a fellow black woman, condemn him to death. He should face, but of no of what gain? Like, of what gain? What's the gain? If all these people ended up, you just put your brother under the bus every time. Of what's the gain? It will still be on record. Oh, it was a black man. That's how they behave. He was a black man. That's how they behave. That's just that's their character. That's exactly who they are. That's their identity. Violence, murderers, prostitutes. Do better. Just do better for yourselves. Do better for the black community. Do better for um, better. You all should do better. If you're an upcoming artist, you can make that difference. Okay, instead of promoting nudity, promoting prostitution, like what used to be like very heavy words is no longer heavy words. Very heavy words are no longer heavy words in today's call it music industry, call it hip hop. Like they say it like it's like no, no, it's not heavy anymore. Do better. Do better. Do better. Because so many people are looking out, people are looking up to you, people are watching you, people will be judging you because of your skin, and they will stereotype you accordingly if you keep behaving the way you're behaving. The said documentary is being produced by a man and it's being sold. It's crazy. Let's just do better, guys. Hip hop was a good thing. Like it was a good thing. They should have used it. It's already gone. No. Somebody said hip hop is dead, and I agree. It's dead. It's dead because they used to use hip hop. Okay, you try to get this, you can't get it because you're a black guy. You use songs to like express yourself. Why can't I get this? Why can't I get it? Is it because I'm a black person? And people will hear Ketano Mohangani. Hi, I guess that's a South African friend. Hi, how are you? Where are you watching from? Seriously, hip hop brought a lot of things. The fashion thing, even the fashion, if they spoil it. Let me talk about that one. They spoil it. Even the fashion thing, hip hop. There's a way hip hop singers or artists used to dress, which was very, 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 it's an identity for that. But at some point, they started changing. Instead of putting, I'm not saying you shouldn't sag, okay, but I don't even encourage. I don't even want people sagging. Like saying it, but it became like an identity. But now you're wearing boxers. Boxer is supposed to be like a pants, isn't it? Like an undi for guys. But you're wearing a undi. An undi is supposed to be something that is like call it in like the women, something that shouldn't be seen outside, isn't it? If you want to sag, just maybe little, just let the maybe the band side of the your undi should be showing now, please. And stop bringing your shorts or your pants down to your like below almost your knee. You've spoiled the fashion sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes you look like a gangster. gave birth to gangster. Like that, it makes you look like a gangster. And if it were to be you're in a position of, let me say, two this thing, a good opportunity were to come, do you think somebody is going to offer you maybe a very great opportunity, seeing you dressed like that? Do you think somebody is gonna like offer you maybe a job, seeing you dressed like that? No, because they'd be like, ah, this one. Because they'd be like, why are you dressing like this? Like, there's an adage, call it a proverb. Dress the way you want to be addressed. If you keep pulling your shorts down, or your pants down beyond your butt, the cheek of your butt, and then you walk into someone's office, probably you're jobless, you want a job. Do you think they're gonna offer you? Because you dress like a criminal. You dress like a criminal. Nobody's gonna offer you a job. So do better. Start with how you look. Start with how you look. Hip hop wasn't a bad idea. It was a great idea because it gave us identity when it comes to, the spoken word things. That's the rapping, the DJing, MCing, the entrepreneurial part, the business part. It makes black people billionaires, like Diddy, like Jay-Z, and the rest, Kanye, right? It wasn't a bad idea. And I guess others on their record labels made it, but I don't know where it got so bad that they changed it into the beefing or beef thing. That this one doesn't want to. Oh, thank you. This one doesn't want to see this one succeed. This one, that's mental slavery, guys. Thank you so much. That's mental slavery, and that's not okay. Hip hop wasn't a bad idea. It gives blacks a voice politically. It gave blacks people a voice politically. Because blacks were able to, like, I can listen to a couple of Tupac's raps. He called out racism. He called out marginalization of the black community in America. That's what hip hop did, and that's the positive thing hip hop did. But the violent part, the dissing kind of raps, I don't support that. And this nonsense beefing by old men, I don't like it. You guys should change. You guys should change. You guys should change because the younger generation have taken it far. Last year, Julio Fulio was shot and killed by just common, just telling this one, you're stupid in a rap song, you're crazy, I'm going to sleep with your wife, I'm going to sleep with your girlfriend. Some, because of just song, some will just, start planning evil, planning how to eliminate another person from life for life because of songs. And that's as a result of the negativity these forerunners of hip hop have created. The negativity these forerunners of hip hop have created. The younger generations are, they see it as, okay, that's exactly what you should do. If somebody tells you, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna F you up, You F the person up first, and then everybody will be clapping for you. Oh, you did so well. At the end of the day, if you're caught, you end up how many? In America, people can give people long sentences, so like 250 years, whereas the person have only maybe 60 years to live. You're giving the person 250 years sentence, life sentence. I see that slave laws anyway. I'm sorry to say, and it's just to keep on enslaving people, and people shouldn't give them the chance to. You shouldn't give them the chance to. You shouldn't give them the chance to. You shouldn't give them the chance to. Guys, you tell them in the report the weather is foggy. If they don't believe, I'm going to. About one or two. So guys, that's just what I have to say concerning the whole thing that's been happening due to the kind of nonsense comments I've been receiving or seeing online. So I said, let me just come and talk about it. For now, I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'll be streaming tomorrow, so just tune in time. Nigerian time, 11 a.m. That's the time I'm always coming online. So you can tune in tomorrow and let's talk. I hope you make it interactive. I don't want to talk all alone and then I don't see people contribute. So make sure you contribute tomorrow. I know because I'm not picking side, guys. I'm not picking side with anybody. I'm just saying my mind. I'm on a very neutral ground. I'm not siding Diddy for all the things he did, and I'm not siding 50 Cent. But I'm just trying to say it's high time black people stop pulling each other down, and it's high time we start, living a better life and stop, replicating the stereotype they've given us, the violent stereotype, the stereotype of bringing craft spirit. I cast and bind. People should stop. That's all I'm saying. We should have just let the sleeping dog lie. Already he's been incarcerated. Let him just face his music and come out. Probably it's going to be the change. I don't condemn people. It might be the change because he already has the influence. But it might be the change when he comes out from prison. It might come out and then, be change the wave of change that will blow across black community in America. You don't just condemn someone because he did wrong for life. People almost did the same thing to Chris Brown because of Rihanna. And this guy's, it's changed. You don't just said a crime or he did something, you know. I guess he must be regretting as well. But for now, guys, I don't want to talk again. Thank you for staying tuned. Luna Lily, thank you so much. Babati, thank you for tuning in. Kenneth, Kenneth Rono, thank you for tuning in. I saw you for the first time. Jacqueline Baines, thank you for tuning in all the way from Australia. Thank you so much for Acast Unlimited. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tracy James, thank you. Lip Gloss, thank you so much. I really enjoyed your company, even though most of you didn't say nothing, but it's okay. I understand. I understand the sense. I understand you guys because I'm like a little bit lashing on 50 Cent for doing that, but it's okay. From here, goodbye, and be a good represent the black, represent black in a good light wherever you find yourself, whichever continent, wherever you find yourself. Be the best. Represent well. Represent this king well. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.